Okay, this is just what I expected to happen. Try to talk about the facts of history, and immediately people think it's promoting Nazism. Don't know if I can make it any clearer if you've ever watched my videos. I'm not a Nazi. I do not promote the Nazis. They were an evil regime. They exterminated people. Does that mean we can't look at history and go back and validate history? Why should we have to stick to the dogma of things when we can go back and research and look for ourselves? Should there be no inquiry in World War II? I mean, I think that's a total disrespect to all those people murdered. To say no, we throw our hands up and say absolutely not. We can't look at history. We can't question it. The point of the video wasn't to promote Nazism. In fact, I think I clearly made myself clear multiple times. And if people doubt that, just watch any of my videos. Yeah, Nazis were bad. Nazis were wicked and evil. America slapped them down. That's good. But does this mean we can't try to find the truth and facts? Now, keep in mind, I do believe I am an exterminationist, in that I do believe the extermination happened. I do believe the Holocaust happened. But I don't think people should suffer death threats for looking at history. And to say, hey, that gas chamber is a mock-up. That's not a real gas chamber. If people say that, oh, they're evil and they're like David Cole was beat up, suffered death threats. And even the curators of the Auschwitz Museum say, yeah, that's a reconstruction that the Soviets did. It's not the original one. I think this can work for the exterminationist theory because people say, oh, look, that could never work as a gas chamber. Well, it's rebuilt. It's not a gas chamber. If you walk around the back, they're even rebuilding it now. They're putting a statue on it. Or not a statue, sorry. Well, it kind of is a statue. A big chimney that's not even connected to the building. Now, should they do that? No. I mean, they should just leave everything as it is now. Should they tear the gas chamber down? No. They or what they claim is the gas chamber down? No. They removed plaques that said 4 million died. We know 4 million didn't die in Auschwitz. Ask František Pieper, who runs, or as of the 90s ran, the Auschwitz Museum, which is the Auschwitz death camp. It's just turned into a museum now, and part of it's also a convent for nuns. They took off 4 million because they revised the figure to 1 million. Should they not have done that? Is history not important? The idea that anybody gets branded a Nazi or a hate monitor who gets shouted down if they question history. Why don't we go back and look at the Inquisition and see what really happened? Go back to every important civil rights. Go back to the Revolutionary War. Maybe we find some things that shouldn't have gone down. If you read the accounts of the Boston Massacre, clearly the soldiers fired in self-defense. Now, if you would have said that 20 years after it happened, they'd get beaten up in the streets. And if you read the accounts of the American Revolution, the British weren't exactly this hostile force. They were largely keeping the peace in the cities. Now, whether America should have seceded from Britain, declared independence, it's a whole other issue to individuals acting crazy and the British having to react to it. And am I glad that America seceded from Britain? Of course, I'm sitting in front of the state flag of Illinois. It wouldn't be here. We would be part of France still. Because if England wanted to contain America to be east of the Appalachians, America would have never spread. Does this have any bearing on if you're evil? No, absolutely not. It's just talking about history. If the Exodus is proven or if it's disproven. Does that mean we shouldn't study ancient Egypt because we can't find the Exodus, or because maybe there's evidence against the Exodus? What if there's evidence for the Exodus? Simke Yakubovich says there is. Israel Finkelstein says there's not. I mean, should there be rioting in the streets? Should one person be called a Nazi and a hate monger? No. The whole point of my video was it was an interesting video that David Cole made. People should check it out. And that it was very wrong and wicked, and those people are acting like the Nazis, who will beat somebody up just because they have a different viewpoint, just because they ask questions. That's exactly what the Nazis did. And that should be stamped out. It was stamped out back then, it should be stamped out now. And Senator McCarthyism was like the Nazis. But then let's go back and look at that. Really, was it? I mean, if you meet a creationist, there is something good about the creationists. Yeah, they're crazy. Then how do I know that we're evolved from single-celled organism? Here's somebody that says we didn't. Maybe take a look at evolution again. You'll learn something. It'll reinforce the truth. The truth is what's important, not people's political opinions or propaganda or anything like this. No, I agree. Political opinions, viewpoints, stuff like that are based in history and can be based on solid history. Others, maybe not. Shlomo Sand is probably, one of the most hated people for the radical Zionists, because he says, whoa, maybe the modern day Jewish people aren't related to the people back then. He's an Israeli citizen. He fought, I believe, in the 6-Day War. I'd have to go back. He's a military veteran who fought for the state of Israel. He's not a hate monger. He's not a mean man. He's just a nice guy giving a speech. It's just his viewpoint. Modern day Jews aren't the and you know what, this is terrible. This is a terrible example because, again, somebody's going to connect, the Jews and the Holocaust, and you're not. No. The whole point is go back and look at history. Even Jesus, did he resurrect? Simke Yakubovich over here again says, no. We can see that the tomb is there. His dead bones were inside an ossuary. Other people say his tomb was over here. That's now a Orthodox church and Catholic church. Other people have their Protestant shrine. Say that's where Jesus was buried. These are important questions. History is very important, and knowing the truth of it's very important too. There's always going to be multiple viewpoints. Should people suffer death threats from that? My answer is a resounding no. That's what the video is about.